what was a very valuable learning experience for me was going from just being an offensive coordinator at Southern Cal to being the play caller and head coach at Oakland. I think when you've never been a head coach, you just see things from one perspective, from your offensive perspective. You don't really see things from your team's perspective. When I went to Oakland being the head coach, and you're talking in front of the team and you're responsible for the defense as well, I changed a little bit in that mentality. I used to not think anything about the mentality of your entire team. Well, going there, Oakland had been 31st in rushing. I think for 4 straight years they'd never been above 29th in rushing. We went to 6th the first year there. That's because as I got there and I figured it out, the mentality of your team is so important. And if you can't run the ball, and you can't prove that you run the ball, and so you become one of those play callers where, it doesn't work, so I'm just going to throw the ball, 15 times in a row here because it didn't work. Or you just call runs to call them so that you're keeping your numbers up, but you're not really into the run game. I became a much better run game coach there and a much better understanding how important it is for your team, if you're going to be a physical team and a dominant team, for your defense, for you to be a great running team. So that was really valuable to me. So I'm very committed to the run game. I think there was at one point we were first in the league in rushing during that first year, and we were first in amount of carries. So obviously it's the most run plays being called.
Mike, how comforting is it as a play caller to have that one great running back you can lean on over the course of a game or a season?
Yeah, it's so big because the guy gets you out of so many bad calls. You're not going to make every call's not going to be great, and you see it on film all the time. You see somebody call a play, and you go, okay, they don't block the will linebacker because they're overloaded to that side, and they didn't make the right calls up front. And the guy's sitting there for a 2-yard loss, and the guy spins out and makes 10 yards, and everybody thinks that it was a great play call. So they're very valuable to you, especially in short yards, to have a great back because the play call gets you to a certain point, and then your player gets you to the next point. And it's why when you get a great back, okay, those 10, 12-yard runs become 60-yard runs because you're not going to block everybody. When you block it right, you block everybody, and there's one guy sitting back there, and there's a free safety at 10 to 12 yards, and here comes recruiting. At this point, it's not coaching. Did we recruit the right guy? Because one guy's going to get tackled for 10 to 12 yards, and the other guy's going to go for a 60-yard touchdown. So it's so critical to have a superstar back, and I hope we do. I tell you this, when you walk by Bryce and his presence, he looks like the real deal. He's 218 pounds right now, and he looks like a guy who's been in the NFL for a few years. David looks more like a normal freshman coming in. He's skinnier, and Bryce is built up so well, and he's got that superstar, walk and presence to him, which there's a lot to that, a swagger, and it's a very confident swagger. I think that Bryce maybe through recruiting, I think people got the wrong image of him. I think, or some people maybe, and I think when you spend time with him, as you guys will around here, I think you're going to love him. I think you're going to see that he's a very special guy. One, that he's a great student. I think he was a 3.7 GPA, graduated early, and very serious about doing things right. Very dedicated. He's a vegetarian. He ate a steak for the first time ever the other day at Coach Grant's house, I guess. So he's very serious and very focused about being great.